I've got a couple of Blackpool fans here. Then what's your names?
Mick Curtis and my son Tom Curtis.
Tom, well, nice to see you come down.
Yeah.
I don't suppose there'll be too many of you today, do you think?
I think there's about 300 today, maybe something like that. We saw you play against Fulham midweek, and I thought you tore them apart. I thought you did a cracking job.
They did play well that game.
Really
I went there.
Really did, fantastic.
Not really done you that many favours though, has it?
Not really, but I think we're resigned to going down. I mean, the thing is with Blackpool is when you support, I've supported them for like 40 odd years, and it's never dull. You're either right up there with the gods or you're going all the way down. I mean, I remember one season we were actually 73, we were trying to get up to the top of the second division, trying to get up into the first. We lost our manager Bob Stokoe. We went down every single league, successive years. We had to get re-elected. So this season's got that feeling to it.
Yeah, doesn't it?
It certainly has, because Oyston, our beloved man, hello Mr Oyston, I won't say anything bad against you because I know what you do, you sue the fans. That's what you started to do now. If anybody makes on a blog a disparaging remark against him, he's taken out to suing them, which obviously has brought him dearer to our hearts for that. But I think... Yeah.
What has happened to the money since you were last in the Premier League, do you think, then?
Right, well, what he's done with the money is 46 million, or he says that he alleged 46 million has gone on players and wages, which is very difficult to work out the maths when he's only paying them 10 grand a week. But however, that's what he says. And also he's built a hotel. That's just what Blackpool needs, another hotel, isn't it? There's about 5,000 or 8,000 hotels, but, well, Mr Royston, we need another hotel.
The changeover of players has been pretty high, hasn't it, though, since the last 2 years, really?
We've only got 2 players from that season.
I was going to say, do you know who to support every week?
Exactly, you've got to check the names.
Yeah, we don't even know who they are.
Yeah, we've got to check. In fact, we've got one of your boys who just signed, haven't we?
On loan.
On loan.
Addison.
Oh, Addison. Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Well, I mean, to be honest, at the beginning of the season, we had to cancel all our pre-season friendlies because we had 8 players. And I think the squad that started the season off was 13. So, I mean, you can't play a Sunday league side like that, can you, really?
You can't.
And what's happened to the pitch? I reckon somebody sold the grass. Do you know what I mean? To make it just a bit more money. Anyone sold the grass? No names, I don't want to sue him.
Lee Clark said the first thing he wants to do is get that sorted in the summer, I think, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. I've never seen it as bad. Even in the 70s and the 80s, it was never as bad as that.
No.
I don't know what happened to it. It just happened overnight. People put it down to the fact that the Rod Stewart concert just in the summer that could have wrecked it.
Grass,
But I've never seen it like that.
It's all pretty. The weather's pretty bad up that way as well. The wind really does come in, doesn't it? The Bloomfield Road.
Oh, it is, because you're right on the coast and it can be grim. I remember being one there for Blackpool. It was in the FA Cup, Blackpool Tottenham, and it's. We lost. It was Gaza and scored, but the manager at the time he said, "I have never." It was the 5th of January. He said, "I've never been as cold as in my life," because we didn't even have roofs on then. We were rebuilding the ground, and it just comes in off the sea, and it's just like it kills you.
And today, do you know? I don't know if you heard the team or whatever. Do you think Mr. O'Hara is your best hope? If
he's a top class player.
He's played well for you, hasn't he, since he's come?
Yeah.
I liked him when he was at Portsmouth, must admit.
Can I just sort of mention, Niall, where are you? Niall Ranger, hey, I'm going to come round Wood Green looking for you, mate. He hasn't come since Christmas, he's just disappeared off the face of the earth. And he was super at Newcastle, he was fantastic. He was, you know, I mean, I speak to Newcastle fans and they say he was such a waste of talent, you know what I mean? Because he's got it, you know, when he wants to play, he can play.
What about Mr. Delfonso? Because do you know when he last scored was against us, I think, up at your place?
Was it really?
And he's just your top scorer, isn't he?
And he's the top scorer. It's great, isn't it? Well, that's the beauty of following Blackpool, because it's never dull. It's never, ever dull. So, I mean, the guys are becoming, it's a long way from Blackpool to here as well, so that shows some support. Yeah. And there will be guys here, they'll come, you know, wherever there's a tangerine shirt, they'll come and follow.
You not brought your tennis balls today, though?
No tennis balls today, no.
All right.
We don't want to get sued, do we, Mr. Royston?
Do you think the club will actually benefit from going down anyway, though?
Yeah, I mean, we need it sorted. You know what I mean? There's no point in hanging on. We need to go down and regroup.
Yeah.
And Clark's talking about some good guys coming through the youth teams.
That's what I was going to say. Have you got much for youth squad still?
Yeah. So,
promising.
You know, they're banking on that, aren't they? Coming
Tom Marcus and Telford. Some of them are injured at the minute, but hopefully for the next season they'll be back and play a major role.
If you think our ground's bad, you want to see the training ground, Squires Gate.
I have heard.
Nothing has changed since Stanley Matthews' time.
It's just
You know, it's like Sunday League football. You know, I mean, so it must be disheartening for players. Do you know what I mean? When you got to go and play in them conditions, you know, it must be really disheartening for them. You know?
I suppose I better ask: do you think Bournemouth are in going to go up this season or not?
Well,
or do you think there's others that are likely?
Man, I'll tell you now, this man he's just put a bet on actually, on Betfair, and he's got 4-1. I don't know why he thinks this, but he's got 4-1 that you won't go up. Okay. So he's put a tenner on it.
So he obviously thinks you're going to win today, yeah?
Well, that would be a miracle. That I won't go so far as to say that. But having seen you play against Fulham, you're on fire. You know what I mean? You've had a dip, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you're coming out of that dip now. So I can't see the reason you don't go up. I really can't. And maybe even top. If you can keep that form going that you played against Fulham, you know. But it's so tight this champion.
All the other teams, Derby, Middlesbrough beat Ipswich, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you're resigned to going down, then who are the other two? Do you think with you? The two that are there at the moment?
I think Wigan.
Got to be Wigan.
And Millwall, or not?
Millwall,
yeah.
Or even, I think Rotherham are in danger as well.
Well, see, Millwall's just jettisoned Ollie, you know, our old manager. He's just jettisoned them. So to get a manager right at the end of the season like this,
I think it's too late for us, but it'll be tight for the ones above us.
Yeah. I think Wigan have had it as well. I think us and Wigan definitely, and then it's just a toss-up who's coming as well.
And I better ask you for a score today. What's your score predictions then?
You know what? I don't know why I'm saying this, but I've just got a horrible feeling that we're going to beat you 1-0. I don't know why. That's just
that's happened before.
The eternal optimist. If you think you did a 6-1, it's either going to be 1-0
cricket score
or a cricket score to you. Well, I think that's the way it's going to go. Either way.
Thank you very much for your time.
Problem.
All right.
Well, that'll be